evolve and to introduce new elements to the show as we continue. So
yeah, I have a question. I mean, I'm caught up with everything. I'm a big fan of the show as well.
great.
I was wondering, especially with season 3 coming up, you had a lot of people. You have a few people leaving between season 2 and season 3, and then suddenly a whole lot of new characters. How does it feel to have like new people on set and having new people work with the Alpha? Like the amount of characters is crazy.
Yeah.
So,
I think we're lucky in that we have really talented actors in our show, which makes our life a lot easier, I think. And not even are they talented, but they're really great people, so it's fun and I think makes a really big difference when you're comfortable and you like the people you're working with. But I think it's a natural progression of things for people to come and go, and I think it's interesting because we have like our core people. He's not one of them.
Nah. We're all waiting for Daniel.
I've got 10 minutes.
But as you can tell, it's like, it doesn't really matter. We just sort of all mesh and everybody gets along. And
we feel like Daniel's part of the
core.
I
know,
it's so weird. You're like, oh yeah,
it is
not?
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be in the title sequence.
We'll talk to
I mean, the thing that's great this season, because I think you've only had season 1, you've only had 1 here, I think, and then 2. It's not a secret, but we have this thing called the Alpha Pack coming. So it's a whole group of people. And we ended up getting some really fantastic actors, and there's 2 twin boys. They're not boys, they're young men who are really fun. They're really great personalities on set, and they've been a lot of fun.
They've been great.
And then we have our lead bad guy, who's amazing. And so it's been really fun, and just a good addition. And that will sort of switch out again for the next, because we're doing 2 parts to this season. We're doing 12 and then another 12. And Jeff likes to structure things as a mini, sort of like a movie. So there's a 3 sort of act structure within the 12. And we're doing a whole new storyline coming up, and we're starting shooting that in July.
Yeah, what I love about it is that it's really we've had this graduation process from very much that romantic John Hughes sort of personality and vein, where it was much more innocent than almost anything else on TV. Like the love stories were so rich in just romance almost, in sort of that vein. And then I like how it's, like I said, it's just this graduation process where most of the new characters on the show are now adults. And so it's really taken a lot, as Tyler Heckman was also saying, a darker turn this season for season 3. But it's almost more of like the True Blood sort of vein of it. We're getting a lot more grittier and a lot more violent, and most of the newer characters, if not all, were adults. And so we're moving away from the high school pack of it.
And I think the filming has also reflected that. There's a lot of really, I mean, certainly from the first 12 that we saw, there is certainly a degree of it maturing.
Yeah.
Right? There's some really beautiful shots this season, just from what I've seen it. And I think, there's definitely a maturing. And it was weird because there are so many new characters on this season, but weirdly, I don't know how you all do it, but they're all just the most lovely people, and they all seem to fit in. I have no idea. It must be so rare. The twins are fantastic, just the greatest people to be around, and Gideon and all these new people are just great, and it seems to fit in with this general maturing of the show, and I think it's just been a lot of fun to shoot, really.
Well, like you said with the cinematic thing, I think that's kind of been something we've always pointed out from the beginning, is that the show feels cinematic, and I think season 1 and 2 kind of had its moments where it really felt that way, whereas this season, I think the whole thing just kind of feels like you're watching a feature film.
Even the trailer.
The whole time.
Well,
so it's definitely a different deal.
Something happened this season which we were very lucky. We were shooting in Atlanta, which was a great experience, but we ended up winning this thing called the tax lottery, and we moved everything to Los Angeles, which, not to say that it's just a different experience shooting in Los Angeles, because you have a town that is an industry town that was built over 100 years, so if you need a fire hydrant, you can get it in 2 minutes. It'll be brought to set. Otherwise, in Atlanta, they're
remember that. It's a very important fire hydrant.
Chris needs it for his hotel room.
He's going to get fired for a spoiler on that one.
Do you think now you're coming on to season 3 that people are kind of forgetting about the film? Because it's a very different...
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a thing. I think we lived under the shadow of the name Teen Wolf. And I think the show, not that the film is exactly what it was and should have been. This is, Jeff's created a show, I think, that's, I don't want to say more sophisticated, but it's a different thing. It's onto itself. It's a different animal. That's what I said.
No pun intended.
Quite witty.
I don't see it as at all similar anymore.
No.
I mean, I didn't from the start, and I came on second season, but it doesn't remind me of it either.
No.
Much like Buffy the Vampire Slayer on its own.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was going to say, what was the choice to, I hate the word reboot, but, to reboot Teen Wolf? Did you just get sick of vampires? And things like that? Did you go for werewolves?
Well, for Jet, you mean talking about doing the series in itself?